Live.
Live in it. Who's that? Who's this dude? Hey, you're the barbecue man.
Someone let me in the back door.
The barbecue man? The barbecue. Do you know the barbecue man? The barbecue man, the barbecue man? Do you know
Hello,
the barbecue man who lives in CA?
Who lives in? Hey, Steve, how are you?
I'm good. How you doing?
This is Steve Boshear from Shadows of Archonia joining us today. Thank you very much for joining us.
There he is.
You're welcome.
There he is.
Thanks for
I'm trying to get the angle right on my fingers. Wrong way. There it is. There we are. Hey Steve, thank you for being here. Thank you for hanging and crafting with us. Much appreciated.
Yeah, always good to see you guys.
Saying hey Cross, hey David. Thanks for popping in.
Hello, y'all.
David, Steve, meant as a compliment, that fancy pic of you is giving Simply Red Mick Hucknall vibes.
Giving what vibes?
Simply Red, you know the band Simply Red? Mick Hucknall vibes. I didn't know the names of any of them, but I'm assuming it's about the band. Holding back the tears.
Well, I don't know who that is, so I guess I'll just take it as intended.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's one of the songs, right? Holding back the years.
I believe so. Yes.
Nothing had the chance to be good. Nothing ever could. I'll keep holding on. That's it.
I'll keep holding on.
Keep holding on.
I know that song.
Yeah, I think that's the Simply Red song.
How was everyone's holiday weekend?
Not bad. Kind of a blur.
Kind of a blur, huh?
That's good.
I accidentally turned the sprinklers on some guests.
Wink. Accident.
Accident.
Wink. Because I mean, it's hot, right?
Honestly, that was one of the things I was wondering about.
No, I can tell you what happened.
Thank you, David.
I forgot it was Saturday. First of all, that's the short version. But I had turned on the sprinklers in the backyard to run for 5 minutes a night all week, so that the grass would be nice and soft for the barbecue.
Mm-hmm.
But when I realized that was still on, I turned it off. But I forgot to turn off the regular program that runs anyway on Tuesdays and Saturdays. So that's why you guys got wet.
I was actually, when we were at the barbecue and we'd done the fireworks and we'd done the s'mores, and I was thinking to myself, okay, I don't know what he has planned, what's on, if he has something else going on, if he's going to like have us join a game or throw up some screen and have us watch a backyard movie. I don't know. I don't know when it is going to be polite to say, okay, great. Thank you for inviting me. It's time for me to leave. And then the sprinklers came on. I'm like, there it is.
That's the time.
There it is.
That would be a good one.
Good rule of thumb. If you start getting hosed down, time to go.
Time to go. Or if it's not time to go, somebody wants you to go.
Hint. Such a subtle hint. No, that was a great barbecue. I had a lot of fun, and oh my goodness, it was so great to meet the Archonia group in person. And I know I didn't meet everybody. I know that not everyone was able to join, but just to meet, Yuri and Matt and Ed and Sarah in person, and you.
I am jealous.
Fun people.
I invited you, Kim.
You did, and I declined because of the distance. And I greatly appreciate the invitation. and the hoses.
And the what?
Oh, sprinklers. It wasn't hoses, it was sprinklers.
Sprinklers, yes. Yeah. But and then Mia was there, or Pepper. My apologies. Pepper was there.
Yeah, Pepper was there. Yeah.
Yeah, Pepper was there. Hadn't seen Pepper in a very, very long time, so it was good to catch up. And yeah,
Yeah,
Sounded
I
like a
had
war
never,
zone.
I had never met Pepper before in person. 6 years we've
really?
been gaming together.
Wow.
Really?
Yep.
That's some coolness.
Yeah. And it sounded like a war zone in his backyard. People were blowing
Yeah.
things up everywhere, all around us. Boom, 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 boom. It's definitely very 4th of July.
Well,
I thought it was good.
good.
Did too. I did too. You had way too much food. Way too much food. I couldn't
No, because
eat everything.
that way I don't have to cook for a few days afterwards.
Right? Yeah.
Makes
I've
sense.
been eating hummus for the last 4 days.
Wow, that's 4 days of hummus is a good bit.
I didn't put enough sesame in it. It needed a little more. So if it had a little more sesame in it, it would have taken it over the top. But it's still good. It was still good. It's tasty. I forgot to bring home. I left the crackers with you. They go with the hummus, and I got home and I was like, "Where are the crackers? I left the
That's where
crackers."
those crackers came from. Yeah, I just put them in the cabinet. I was like, I guess someone pulled these out and isn't going to eat them. I'll put them back.
Oh no, we have more crackers.
Right.
What kind of crackers were they?
Brown ones? I don't know.
I brought
Ah.
both pita chips and crackers. They're the fancy round, not Ritz. They're they've got
The
they're-
water crackers or the Cars crackers?
like that. Yes.
Mhm.
And that's great for hummus. It works really good for hummus.
Not that I have a bread and cracker addiction or anything like that. That I know like the different types of crackers, and I actually ask, what type of crackers did you have at your picnic? What kind of crackers were they? Round. Okay, were they Ritz? Were they Car? Were they water crackers? Were they?
Tell me about your
Look, I-
crackers.
I don't know cracker types. Okay, they're big, round, thin ones.
Oh, thin. So they weren't They weren't Cars then, were they?
I don't know, but they were.
Huh.
They just go excellent with hummus. I know that much. Any case.
Mhm.
So I mean,
You want me to show you the box, Kim? It's 10 feet away from me.
It's okay. I'll live. Cross is saying that we're all welcome to hang out in his crafting basement whenever. It's just on the wrong coast. Well,
But we're
You're
not
on the
all
wrong
on the
coast.
same coast.
yeah, you're on the wrong coast. Yeah, you're on the wrong coast. That's
You-
it.
You can
No.
go. You can go to Cross's house.
Yeah. It's like I'm not on the wrong coast. You're on the wrong coast.
Right. Well, it was a suitably weird barbecue. We talked about so many different subjects. We talked about movies to gaming. We talked about a bunch of stuff. And they were very excited about, just reminding me how painful it was for Wash to die in Serenity. Thank you very much for stabbing my heart several times with that. No, it was fun. It was weird. Everyone there was just a joy to talk to. So, speaking of weird, see that segue? See how I did that?
That was
Ooh.
excellent.
That
Was that
lovely.
an excellent segue? Thank you.
That worked very, very well. Kudos.
I'm getting so good at this. So I was at the barbecue, and I was thinking to myself, then that's Steve on me. For a while, not in a long time, but a while. And he's weird, lovely way, weird, but he's weird, just like we are. And I thought we should bring him on and have him tell us a little bit about what weird things have happened that were not planned and just beautifully, and something that came up in a barbecue made me think of this, beautifully, perfectly weird that has happened on the Shadows of Archonia stream.
The weirdest thing that's ever happened on Shadows of Archonia is Throck surviving. If you don't know Throck,
Mm.
in our first campaign we played in D&D 5th edition, we lasted 100 episodes. It's really 101 because there was like a 76 and a half or something like that. My good buddy Joshua, who's in that campaign, built a barbarian using a race that I created called the Ermin, inspired by the sort of half-evolved primate type people that you see in a lot of old sword and sorcery stories. So that's what Ermin are. At the time, we just used orc stats from D&D. The older orc stats, when they had like a big debuff to their intelligence. So he's just so dumb. And then additionally, in addition to the character just being dumb, I kind of accidentally made it canon right in the intro that that race of people is psychologically incapable of retreating from battle.
Okay. Okay.
So he had, I think, a 6 intelligence and a 6 wisdom, something like that. And he played it. This guy has acting training. He played it to a T. The only player at the table that I know actually reads the D&D books. And he knows what every monster I'm putting in front of them is. But he never allowed that to interfere with the fact that his character is a complete dumbass. Now, minor spoilers, he did die, but not until episode 88.
Wow.
Wow.
He survived mind flayers and what do you call those things? Intellect devourers, the ones that you have to pass an intelligence save or they replace your brain and you're dead instantly. He survived them twice.
Wow.
Well, he has 2 halves, right? Two halves of the brain.
He also fought a dragon toe to toe when he was maybe level 10, 12-ish.
Oh, you're kidding.
This was during COVID when everyone was remote, even for that show. And something that I do, that I did when I was doing D&D 5th edition is I would roll the death saving throws for my characters myself.
Yes. I love that.
And then not tell them the result.
Yes.
So that their allies don't know if, you know, the dropped person is about to die or about to get up or what.
Yes.
So he, for I think 3 rounds, he got dropped by the dragon and bounced back up on a nat 20 on his death save 3 times in a row. And I'm rolling it. And they like didn't believe me. I had to put it on camera. I was like, guys,
Oh my gosh.
Brock won't die.
No, I understand.
Yeah.
That's fun. That is a fun
That is
role.
fun. I love that rule. I love the way that that's handled, by the way. I'm actually, I just started doing that in my game.
Yeah, if there's nothing similar to that in Worlds Without Number, or I would have kept doing it in campaign 2.
Chris
I'm
says,
sorry
"Oh,
if
look,
I'm being
monsters."
Yeah. I'm sorry if I'm being a little bit quiet. I was trying to, because I did get it working, but it's not working to show across the whole bottom for some reason. So I was trying to get that. For some reason it's not. So we had it all worked out yesterday. It was showing on mine, but it wasn't showing on the bottom. But so I'm trying to figure that out. That's why I'm sort of quiet.
Matt. That's Matt in the chat saying, oh yes, that's the one. This is,
hey Matt.
These are your walls. I realize that they're a little bit out of frame. I'm making these walls for him. He runs our Midlight City Operators campaign, and he asked me for more like generic modern style walls. One side of these is pre-bricked. It was like leftover from some old project. I don't remember. So I don't know if I'm gonna brick the other side or just leave it flat. We'll figure it out. But these are your walls, Matt.
All right. I'm going. So I did change it. And it seems as if I changed it and it cut me off completely. So now I changed it back. So let's see if that's going to work.
And
Come on, where's my...
Oh yeah, Matt's also reminded me about Throck's double nat 20. I think it was episode 2. Throck rolled an insight check to the other player character, Matt's character, was a changeling. And they met him in disguise. Something happened where Throck, Darrow, the changeling character, goes in a room, kills a guy, and is in the middle of taking his identity. Then Throck walks in the room. And he wanted to know if he could figure out what was happening. I was like, I mean, probably not. You have an intelligence of 6. I had him roll an insight check. I gave him disadvantage. He's got a -2 or something to his insight.
right.
Double nat 20.
No.
Yeah.
Wow.
I said, in this moment, you understand everything about the situation. Figure out that this is Darrow. You figure out what a changeling is. You understand the concept of identity theft.
That's great. Oh man.
Yeah. And from then on, episode 2 through the time the character died, his catchphrase was insight check. It never happened again.
Right.
No, you gotta try.
Yeah.
No, that one time is just, it just is such a moment for that character that it sticks with them for a while, that kind of thing. Yeah, definitely. That's fun. Kim, what's something weird that has happened in your game that was unexpected, unplanned, and kind of turned things on its head, but had a wow factor to it?
Well, I mean, the thing that comes to I do have one that comes to mind, but it was one of those kinds of things where it was Call of Cthulhu,
Of course.
and it was a it's weird because the reason that I'm sort of weird about going through it, I think it was really actually it wasn't really weird. It was impactful, but I can't really say weird. It was just that they were going through the 1920s characters and all that kind of stuff, and the NPC was possessed basically and had punched one of the PCs, and the PC, to get attention, called out in such a way that they were hoping that someone would come, right? Because it was a high alert kind of call. And because of the circumstances, that was actually the worst thing to do, or a really bad thing to do for that particular NPC, which they liked, but just was possessed. And
right,
like they were trying to get something away from the PC, and they weren't giving it up. They weren't violent until they tried to take this thing away, of course, So it was one of the kind of things. So they ended up getting the PC beaten up by somebody else, and that I didn't tell them exactly what happened, but their assumption was that they were beaten into the next world, which is very possible. So again, it was impactful, really. Oh, you know what? I have one that really was more of a dice roll thing, but it's hard to remember it. It happened pretty recently too. there were like three. This like the kind of thing where they said, okay, it was so close, and they brought up a point. I was like, okay, roll for it, and they ended up rolling, and it was easy D6. They ended up rolling like 3 or 4 sixes in a row, and like I was like, okay, you got it.
Wow.
And that completely changed it as well. Where actually we did a screenshot of it. I have it somewhere. It was interesting because they couldn't believe it either. It's just I gave them that little, okay, try it, roll for it.
Sure. Yeah.
And yeah, well, whatever. And they just obliterated everything. I'm like, okay,
Yeah.
good for
That's
you.
what Robert
And it was at
does.
yeah, and it was near the end of the game anyway, so it was
Right.
a high point ending.
Was that during crit?
Yep.
Nice.
Was that this year?
Yep.
Fun.
It was really fun. I was they were very happy. I was very happy. It was one of those kinds of things where nobody expected it to end up that well. But it was great. It was very exciting.
I was in a game where my son was DMing it, and we hit a treasure chest that wasn't completely understood what was in it, and we were trying to figure out, well, why is it we can't figure out what's in it? And apparently it was magically imbued with kind of a wish spell, so that if you wished for something, it might appear, but depending on how what it was you wished for, the stronger it was, the less likely it was it would appear.
Okay.
And I think this son based it off of at the time he had based it off of, have you guys ever played Call of Duty Zombies? Zombie Edition?
No.
Okay.
I haven't.
So there's a Call of Duty Zombies edition that I think it's Call of Duty Zombies edition, where you're obviously attacked by zombies, but throughout the game, suddenly these chests will appear out of kind of unexpectedly, but they are always in the same spot. You know where to go for them, and they will contain various items, and it's kind of a random. It's random what's in it. So I think he based it on that. So it came to my turn, and my character, I said, I want a Vorpal sword. And he said, you're going to have to roll you have to roll a 100 on a percentile die to get that. Nothing, it's not a range. Everyone else had a range. I had a percentile die. I had to get exactly 100.
Figures.
I rolled a 100. Did not get the Vorpal swords.
Aw. See? Yeah, but that's, you can't say it and not do it.
He was young.
Yeah.
He was
Like if you say it.
He was young, and it was pretty much betting on the fact that I wouldn't get a 100. Why he felt pretty confident. Why he said 100, and then when it came up, I'm like, "Where's my Vorpal sword, man?"
Okay.
And he says, "Yeah."
And he says what?
He says, "Can't give you a Vorpal sword."
So if any new DMs or GMs watch this in the future, just remember, you can always do something like find a sword named Vorpal. That's not a Vorpal sword. You don't have to give the person a Vorpal sword if it's going to break the game. You can put it off.
Wish.
Yeah.
You can twist the wish, or you can just say no in the first place.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. That's the great thing. Yeah. You don't have to say Vorpal. I mean, but if you make that mistake and say yes, you can always change it.
So, but I rolled the look on his face when that 100 rolled up. I did the whole smug, all right, there you go. You asked for 100. I gave you a 100. Where's my sword?
Wow. And you didn't have to do that either. But
I didn't, but I did.
But you should. Yeah, you should. it's a learning. It's a learning experience.
I haven't used my Proxon in I think a year or two, and I want you to know I've burned myself 3 times while you were telling that story.
See. So
Okay.
this goes here. This goes here. No, this goes here. And this goes here.
So as far as weird encounters go, how often do you guys write weird encounters? Well, what am I saying? It's a D&D or a role-playing game, so obviously you write weird encounters, but I suppose I should say what are some of the weird, more than generally weird encounters that you've included in your games?
It's a hard question because it is all inherently weird, right?
It is. You're right.
Yeah.
It is
Yeah.
all.
I think one that sticks out, it's just coming to mind right now from my second campaign, which was done in Worlds Without Number, it's kind of an OSR game. It's a little more complicated than I'll say this, it's OSR, but it's not exactly rules light. But I wrote an encounter that was entirely underwater.
Hmm.
And I'll be honest with you, I don't remember how I expected the player characters to deal with it. I probably had something written in where they were going to be able to last underwater for a certain amount of time.
Mm-hmm.
But they were low level at the time, and I didn't realize because it was still a new system to us. The wizard had a spell that would let them all breathe underwater for 24 hours.
Oh, geez.
Mm.
And so right away, it's like, well, like one of the cool things that I set up about this is just out the window automatically. But it was still fun because it was like a 3-dimensional combat with people
Yes.
able to swim.
That is something that I struggle with when I'm creating encounters. Is I try to create encounters that are going to be difficult, not impossible by any means, of course. No, I don't want it to be impossible, but I want them to be challenging.
Mm-hmm.
And then suddenly a wizard or a player has an ability that completely negates the whole thing, and they just walk right through it. And I'm like, oh crap.
Yeah.
I hate that. But at the same time,
yeah.
Sorry, go ahead.
I was going to say, I'll tell you what I tell Alan over and over, which is sometimes it's good for your PCs to feel powerful, especially if they've leveled up a few times. You want them to feel the benefit of that level up.
Yes.
And what I would do, especially when they started getting to real high levels, is occasionally just throw a mob of low level enemies at them, like ones that they had a hard time with at level 1 and 2. Throw 10 of them in there when they're at level 10. And it's like, oh, so we did actually get somewhere. But then after that, you got to have them fight God.
Oh, I want to say Tales from Elsewhere. Peter's here. Hey, how you doing?
Peter? Thanks for joining.
We've got lots of different things going on. I'm finishing up my no instructions piece. I'm making the insides of the dice roller piece, and I might get some lights in there. Maybe we'll see.
You're making the guts.
It's Peter. Yeah. Oh, so Peter said, yeah, underwater breathing is one of those spells that sort of solves a whole aspect of environmental design. Absolutely.
Yeah. Yeah, it did. But it was still fun to build the tabletop sets for it, you know? Underwater cave full of fishmen. It's a fun set to build.
I don't like this. I don't like how this is coming out.
What's wrong with it? What is the argument against it?
I wanted to point this way, but now I've messed it up because it points the other way.
Uh-oh. So it's a directional issue.
Yeah. Let's see how strong the glue has become in the last couple of minutes, which is probably just strong enough to make this hell. That's how strong it's.
No.
I'm sure that's how strong it is. Just enough.
No.
Excuse me, guys. I got to stand up for just a couple minutes.
Yes, please.
Chris says, as a GM, you need to walk a fine line. You don't want to go down the list on your party's character sheets and systematically negate each special ability planning your encounter.
Right.
No, I do understand. There's something else. Underwater sets can look so rad, says Peter.
Yeah.
And then Chris, instead, you want to create hard choices for your players, even when they use their powerful abilities that might otherwise solve the problems you set before them. Definitely. That reminded me of an adventure I wrote for the 5-room dungeon challenge, the Dungeon Jam 5-room dungeon challenge last year. And the first room, well, the second room actually, was a cavern that they couldn't see the end of. So I did say that there were 2 like tiny invisible wires that they could, if they felt around for them or had something that would show them, like powder or something like that, then they might find those and they can figure out what to use those. But if someone had the fly spell or something like that, they could technically start flying, but they would have to fly for several minutes, like probably, gosh, how long was it? Like half an hour? They'd have to fly for half an hour before they actually would be able to see the other side. So it's one of those kinds of things where if someone really, really, really wanted to use it, it would exhaust a lot of their abilities, depending on what they used. And they wouldn't know whether or not there was a place to rest before they would need to stop flying. Hey, Crafty the Yeti.
Crafty the Yeti.
What are you doing?
Hey.
All right, let me rip this out. This is not going to be pretty. I want to watch.
These things don't work if you don't turn them on, just to let you guys know.
Really?
Noted.
That was optional.
Noted. So I am going to do, this is what I should have done at the beginning. I should have done, but that's the thing. I want it to look like this. Basically. Well, no, that's not going to work. I want it to look like this. I want, you know what, maybe if I do that, move that one up here, because I just don't like this. I had to use the front of the bird, the birdhouse. So I have that cutout that I had to film.
Yes.
So maybe if I just put that at the bottom.
Oh yeah, that works.
Maybe we'll do that and then put this one here. Yeah, but see, I want that underneath. That's the problem. That's the problem. Because I like the, you know what? I'll just do that.
I'll be honest with you. This is one of those things that only you are going to notice as an issue and no one else is going to see it. And then everyone else is going to look at it and go, that looks awesome. And you're going to be like, yeah, but you see that little hole that I had to fill in there? I don't like that. And then everyone's going to look at that. Oh yeah, you got that little hole that you filled in there. They wouldn't have noticed it before you pointed it out though.
No, it's not going to happen like that because I'm not going to do this. So they will never see the hole. I'm not going to do, it's going to happen so that the hole is not seen because it would not be, I can't create that.
Kim says, no, that's not happening.
That's not the way it's going to be.
That's not what's going to happen. What's going to happen is that it's going to look the way I want it to.
That's exactly what's going to happen.
I can't quite tell what it is you're putting together there from this angle.
So basically, it's going to be a dice tower.
Okay.
So I'm laying down these pieces of wood so that it comes down the chute and doesn't fall down the sides.
Ah, I got it.
So
it's gonna look like a house. It looks like a house.
Yeah, on the outside.
Gotcha. I see.
So I am. So I gotta take the glue off that I just put on. I gotta take this glue off.
Chad, tell us about some weird stuff that has happened in your games. We'd like to hear what happened to you too. Give us some of your weirdness.
So
That's what it's all about here.
Chris mentioned no electricity required with that proxon. Just be extremely patient and use a slow, smooth sawing motion. Also cuts down on risk of burns.
Oh, I know something weird that happened.
Okay.
Once again, this ends up in the arena of how on earth did my players accomplish that? but in terms of weird design ideas, we have this because the world of Archonia changes game systems. I have it worked into the timeline of the world, why the way things work changes every so often. So we actually have narrative justification for why there's a different game system in different campaigns in the same setting. So in the 100 Years Black setting, or campaign, we use Merkborg. But what I did was for one of our 100 Years Black sessions, I brought in my own level 20 D&D 5th edition character as a villain to fight. So we had starting Merkborg characters fighting a level 20 D&D character.
Oh, jeez.
Same numbers, like using all the same numbers on the sheet. They beat him.
Wow.
That's dice for you.
Wow.
Well then.
I don't remember which episode number it was, but there's only 6 of those 100 Years Blacks. One of you guys can find it, I'm sure, if you want to. But it was nuts.
Put it in the doobly-doo.
Yeah, like his modifiers are more than their whole attack. but yeah.
But if they beat him?
Mm-hmm.
That's cool.
They did some shenanigans, I'm sure.
Yeah, but that's fun.
I think that was also one of the nights we got raided by Legends of Avantris.
Oh, cool.
When we used to stream on Twitch, they can raid. You can raid people. They actually raided us twice.
I think I was watching once when that happened.
Yeah, maybe.
That was fun.
Nobody raids on YouTube. That's not a thing. Although there is something you can set up where you can, like, when your stream ends, automatically redirect people to something else.
Yes.
But I've never used that.
Me either.
Craft of the Yeti. I've got to take this glue off. I just put it on, but now I have to take it off. If that doesn't sum up a crafting AI, don't know. Sum up crafting, I don't know what does. Very true. It's like, I just put it on, but I have to take this off.
Yes. That's right.
That's exactly it. That's a crafting channel for you. Yeah. I saw AI and I'm like, wait, no. I get it. I don't.
AI doesn't do this.
AI does not do this. AI does it. AI does it. AI does it wrong the first time and does it wrong the second time when you correct them, and then maybe
keeps
does
doing it wrong until you give up.
Until you
just take what they gave you.
Yeah.
However, it is really, really good for fixing pictures when you go to someone's house for a barbecue and everything is blurry and out of focus because you're taking pictures at night. Just sit and say,
to use Photoshop.
AI, hey, would you please
wrong.
clear up and de-blur this picture and make it so that people can see? And it's like, okay, and it did. I didn't send you those though. I kept those for myself. Sorry, Steve.
That's okay.
But
the ones you sent me, I picked the best from what everyone sent me, because the limit on an Instagram post is 10. So I picked the 10 best, making sure everyone was in at least one of them. And those went up on the Instagram post.
Yeah, that's cool.
I could have split it into 2 posts, I thought about afterwards, because I could have posted about the Game Pepper sat in with us on Friday and the barbecue. I could have posted about them separately, but I did not.
You still
then I could have put up 20 pictures.
Ooh. Gaming the system.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, I guess you can always just make new posts. I don't know if it's really gaming the system, but just additional. They probably like it if you make additional posts on their platform.
Very true.
So if someone says to you, okay, create a weird encounter. Create something off the top of your head that is going to be weird. What's the first thing you go for? What's your go-to weird?
Slime.
Slime.
The weirdest stuff is always slimes. Oozes. Jellies.
Molds, as long as they're slime.
Yeah.
What about
I mean,
you, Kim?
that's my first thought for weird, but I'd never really have done like a particularly unique encounter with one. I just think they're weird monsters.
Yeah, they are weird monsters.
Yeah. I guess if I were to sit down and try to come up with something weird for the sake of weird, you'd have to work in all the elements of the combat, right? You'd have to have weird environment, like the underwater battle I talked about.
When you think of weird, do you default to physical weird or mental weird or
Can you define those
otherworldly
terms?
weird? Well, okay, so for instance, Call of Cthulhu, I think, is very, very weird, and it's mostly a psychological game. I think there is physical weird. There's tentacles and teeth and eyeballs all over the place, but it's mostly, I think, in my opinion, just freaking people out. And the whole insanity driving thing, because things are just outside of the scope of reality, that makes it weird. But that doesn't necessarily mean that that's the only kind of weird. That's what I default to typically, is psychological weird. Kim, what about you?
Did you say me?
Yeah, you. What's your default weird?
Cannibalism.
Oh God.
That's not that weird. Everyone does it.
I do it weird. Weird cannibalism.
Weird cannibalism. Okay.
Like eating your boss.
Eating your boss.
Like eating yourself, maybe.
Oh, geez.
That's weird.
Oh,
see.
Okay.
See.
Whoa.
No, you won. You win.
You're welcome.
Okay. Wow.
Peter says his go-to weird is always things that grab you.
Ooh. Yeah, grabby things are fun.
Like that.
Grabby things are fun.
Things that just come out and snatch at you.
Yeah.
Chris, my go-to weird is the environment, specifically the effects of laws and forces of nature. Things like gravity and light. Barring that, I mess with the character sheet, like reversing bonuses. Ooh. That's sort of sneaky weird.
That's diabolical.
Diabolical weird. Peter, the Roper is my favorite monster. So constructing weird scenes to justify including one is my love. Yeah, absolutely. That's wonderful when you have that favorite monster and you create the scenario around it. That I do that too a lot, where it's like, I want this thing to eat. I want this thing to have fun. This thing should be loosed on the world. How do I do that?
Yeah. Another weird session. You can make things weird by targeting PC weaknesses in a way that's not necessarily lethal. I did this once. I've talked to you guys already today about Throck and how he just wouldn't die.
Yeah.
Somewhere in the 50s or 60s episode count, I decided to attack his most obvious weak point, which was his mind, and I created a forest labyrinth that they would wander into, haunted by the ghost of a wizard they'd killed early on.
Oh,
And
nice.
Nice.
I statted out this ghost wizard and gave him nothing but illusion spells.
Ooh, I like it.
Yeah.
That's
So
really
every
cool.
time they would turn a corner, they would see like someone in a chair burning, or their own fingers turning into snakes. And that one actually worked. Brock dealt damage to himself when his fingers turned into snakes. That was great. And of course, it was all in their heads. But
Peter's just saying he's heading out for the day job. Take it easy. Take it easy, Peter. Thank you so much for
Thanks for
stopping
dropping
by.
by.
Take care, Tales from
thanks
Elsewhere.
for coming through.
Chris, somewhat thematically related to the Roper, my favorite D&D monster is the wolf in sheep's clothing. I don't know if I know that one.
Is
Have
there
I
a
heard-
monster named that, or are you just talking about
I think he's just talking about
conceptually?
Yeah.
I don't know. Can you? Are you talking about basically someone being with the party or supporting the party, but they're gonna turn on the party? Is that what you're talking about, Chris?
Chris is my kind of DM. He likes to just pull the rug out from beneath you and be like, ha ha. And then suddenly, ha. I like that. That's fun. I love those kind of games.
Chris says S3. Is that yes? S3? S3? I don't know what that means. I'm assuming you're saying yes and just typed it here. I don't know. I left my knife out for like a year. I just found it again.
Outside?
I had this knife and I couldn't find it for like a year. And I knew it was somewhere because it was my favorite knife, and I just found it like 2 weeks ago. And all I have to do is replace the blade, but it was sitting there, and I realized I have to cut this, and I'm like, oh, my knife. It'll still work though.
Oh yeah, Cross is talking about goblins.
Ooh.
Goblins are good. We were talking about goblins multiple times recently over in the Archonia Discord. Yesterday we were talking about Merkborg goblins. Here's a weird monster for you. Merkborg goblins are not like other goblins. You guys know about them?
No.
So they're contagious. Goblinism is a contagious curse in Merkborg.
Really? Okay.
Yeah. But they don't have to bite you. All they have to do is attack you. And even if they miss, you're infected.
Really? Oh, wow.
If
That
you
doesn't
don't
seem
kill
fair.
the goblin that attacked you, you change in 1d6 days.
Really?
That doesn't sound fair. It sounds like a lot of fun, but it doesn't sound fair.
Well, it's not fair, but Merkborg is most fun when it's not fair.
It's like, it does sound like fun. It's like a game of tag. All you have to do is look at the person. As long as you actually reach out and attempt to tag them, they have to tag you back.
Right. Well, it's like Jason was saying, technically the goblin just has to spit at you and run away.
It puts a whole new spin on. She's touching me. She's touching me. I'm not touching you. I'm not touching you.
Well, actually, wouldn't an insult be counted as an attack?
Oh,
I wouldn't count it as an attack, no.
Wow, Lisa, that's mean.
They
Chris,
just think mean thoughts about you.
Yeah.
They pray for your death somewhere else in the world that happens, and then
Suddenly
that
you're a
counts as an
goblin.
attack and you turn into a goblin.
Yeah.
they insult your clothing. Chris says he put a picture in the showcase. Excellent.
Thank you,
he
Chris.
says the wolf in sheep's clothing is from AD&D. dungeon module S3, Expedition to the Barrier Peaks. So there's a specific creature called the wolf in sheep's clothing.
Now that whole series of messages makes sense.
Yeah.
I do not remember that. I've played that. I don't remember that.
Oh,
It's
maybe
been forever.
you've played that the Expedition to the Barrier Peaks.
Yes.
Oh, maybe they didn't get to you.
See, now I'm okay. Now I got to go look at it.
Maybe you thwarted it.
I don't remember it.
I think I'm just gonna have to bite the bullet and you have to go up a little bit more. And you have to go up a little bit more. Okay, so that's.
Are bullets nutritious?
Oh, I don't like this. I'm so mad.
Uh-oh, she's
okay,
mad. You?
And everything's all right.
I'm pouty.
You're pouty.
Wow. Cross. In zombie movies, there's always so much blood. As there should be, though. When I use zombies in a game, every bodily fluid can pass contagion. Blood, sweat, tears, mucus, bile, whatever. Yeah, it's licking something. Absolutely. Oh, wow. What about like toenails?
Snot.
You fall into a bin of toenails, a vat of toenails, and you get infected.
Okay, that is weird. That is suitably weird. That is weird.
The only weird part is, why is there a vat of toenails?
Eh?
Oh.
Eh?
Okay.
Exactly.
I don't
Listen,
know.
y'all ask for weird.
I don't know if this is canon, but because it was done by Jeremy Crawford, maybe it is. But in an episode of Acquisitions Incorporated, the group went to hell, and they were on, I think, the first level of hell, and they were in a desert. And when they looked closely at what they were standing in, it was toenails.
Ah. Do I remember that? I might have seen that. That might have been it. Chris, it's the whatever that is most problematic on that list.
Yeah.
Whatever.
Whatever.
And Cross is like, right? Ew. I don't want to do this, but I think I'm gonna have to. Darn it. Oh, you know what I could do?
Oh, I love that. Oh.
Okay.
That sounded like a something's wrong gasp.
No, that sounded like a I know what I'm gonna do gasp to me.
Or I know what I'm gonna try.
If my wife made that sound, I would jump to my feet.
All right.
Kim.
I have to take off my ear plugs for a second, my earphones for a second. Don't talk bad about me.
Never.
I'm very sensitive and fragile.
Never talk bad about her. Did you see what she did the other day? Oh my God.
Define bad.
Exactly.
I'm very well spoken. Everything I say is like that.
Speaking of licking things, we went to Hawaii this is after the edit. Speaking of licking things, we went to Hawaii a few years ago as a family. My youngest was 5 at the time, and I swear he licked the entirety of the Honolulu airport. Shocking to know when he got COVID. Yep. Yeah, I don't know what it is about kids and just putting whatever they see in their mouth.
You'll be in a public restroom and they'll lay down.
Oh, I know, right?
Yeah.
This airport is delicious, says Cross. As airports go, what flavor airport is this? I didn't care much for Dallas, but Chicago was great.
I've made an executive decision and I'm shaving off the brick pattern that was only on one side.
Ah.
I think it will look weird if we try to build like an apartment building or an office building layout and there's bricks on one side of every wall.
Unless they're the exterior.
Yeah, well, the other option would be to put brick patterns on both sides, but
right.
That's A, a lot more work, and B, we already have some brick walls.
Yeah. I really, as much as I love when a piece comes together, painting is not my forte. I just suck at this. I know that if I just do it more, that I will get better at it. But the incentive to do it more is not there when I suck at it so bad.
I have little bursts of good painting. Sometimes I'll turn out one mini that's incredible, and then the other 6 are just terrible.
I mean, that is a absolutely horrible paint job. All right, fine. Just live with it. Live with it. It's fine. That's what highlighting and washes are for. Hides all this shit. Or I wasn't supposed to say that.
Yeah.
Say that.
What? I'm still trying to think of weird encounters. I know one. I did a one-shot once where I had everyone build a character and actually bring it on physical paper. Gasp. And then as soon as we started playing, I had them all trade.
Oh yeah, those are fun. I've done one of those, but it didn't work out really well for me. How did that work out for you?
It worked out really well. It was a body swap story where they woke up in a weird magician's lab and they'd all had their minds swapped.
Yep, I did something similar to that. My problem was my players were all high school kids that were absolutely in love with their character, and they knew exactly what their character would do in a given moment, and what everything that their their abilities, their spells, etc., etc., etc. So that when someone else in the party took over their character and they did something, yeah, my character wouldn't do that. It's like that's not your character. That's someone in the body of your character. But they didn't care for it. But I always thought that would be a really, really fun scenario.
It worked very well. Everyone died except Roz, and that was what I was going for.
Nice.
I mean, I wish I'd gotten Roz, but
I'm sorry. Have you been following the chat? If not, good, because I'll do it. Okay. Craft of the Yeti. Speaking of licking things, like I've never was away. We're back to licking things.
Yeah.
We went to Hawaii a few years ago as a family. My youngest was 5 at the time, and I swear he licked the entirety of the Honolulu airport.
Yep.
Shocking to no one, he got COVID.
Didn't you already read that one?
Yeah, I read that one earlier. Sorry.
Oh,
yeah.
So you were. Is it any?
Yes.
Did you finish the other ones? I didn't want to repeat.
Yeah, we
The
talked
airport is
about how as
delicious.
soon as
Yeah.
you go to a bathroom in public, the kid will lay down on the floor.
Yeah.
And the last thing from Cross, just reminded me I have a few dozen wall blanks, which all need more than 100 hand-laid bricks tiles each. Woo.
Oh, Cross, I want to show you something I just found that I think is how I made these. I just found it in this box. Hold on. Let me get all these pieces I just put on top of the box off of it, and then I will show you.
And the idea I had, I can't find the thing I was going to use. I know it's here, and I know it's labeled, and I know it's in an envelope, a big envelope in a plastic container in another plastic container, but I can't find the plastic container within which the plastic container and the envelope are.
So I don't know if you have a 3D printer. If not, you can probably make something like it by hand. I also don't remember where I found it, but this makes bricks. I printed this. You've got this side. Hey, there's a mark on it. Stellarian Games. He must have designed it. It's got this side as a guide, right? And then you just drag it along and it marks it up. I don't want to do it because I'm making, but you can see it just marked it a little bit. And then you just turn it 90 degrees and mark the other way, and there's your bricks. And you can see it's got two different sizes, so your bricks will be rectangles and not squares.
They don't have. Okay, so the thing I'm
Oh.
thinking about is, have you ever seen for wrapping paper, their ribbon? What are they called? Their ribbon. You run your ribbon through it, and it cuts it into long, skinny strips, and also curls it at the same time. It's for wrapping paper, and it has that.
Yeah.
Yeah, it has that. That edge that he was just showing, except that not on the top edge, but on the flat side, it has those little teeth. That would be great for making brick.
Actually, I was thinking of something different because I thought you were talking about how when you run like a knife or the edge of a scissor against ribbon or certain ribbons, how it curls up real tight.
Yeah.
But that's not what you're talking about.
No, it's a thing that you take a you know how ribbon will come in one end. You can buy reams of ribbon in 1 inch, 1 inch wide ribbon, and it's that horrible plasticky stuff that you can split, and it'll split into. So it's that you can run it through this thing, and it'll curl it and also make it in smaller strips. But it's that kind of thing you just showed, very similar to anyway, except it doesn't have the end ridges, the edge ridges. It's just on the flat part. But that would work.
So David asked for the name of the person again, and Campaign Terrain Cross said Stellarian Games. He says he has a YouTube channel, but he doesn't think he's still dropping new vids.
Yeah, I used to watch his channel when he was, and I don't remember that, but he designed this, and I'll bet if you find the video, he's got a link to where you can download it. So good job to him putting his watermark on it, because I forgot where I got it.
I am really looking for this packet. Where is it? Because I remember organizing it so that it would all be together and accessible.
Thank you, Daffod. Really?
Did you?
Lisa.
Yes.
Which means
we're back.
Oh, you're back. Okay.
You dropped out of the call for a second.
Yeah.
Sorry. Yeah, my internet has been doing that the last couple of days. We're getting brownouts. Thank you, Daffod. Thingiverse, item number. Perfect. Well done.
Great.
Oh, look at that. Wow. Thank you, David. Pretty cool.
Google foo.
Thing. Where is it? I'm so mad at myself.
Well, that takes a lot of pressure off my shoulders, Kim, so I don't have to be mad at you then. You can do it all on your own.
Yeah, I can handle both. That's all right. Be mad. I'm fine.
Mad at you. I can't be mad at you. Just can't.
Do you want to be? Do you want me to teach you to be?
I've tried. I can't.
You've tried.
Yes.
Why have you tried to be mad at me?
Kim, gosh darn it.
Wait, what?
I want to be mad at you. I don't know why, but
yes, I'm saying, why have you tried? What have I done that's made you want to be mad at me?
That's the thing. That's the thing, is I can't be mad at
Kim,
you.
you just bring out the best in people.
Yeah.
I don't remember what prompted it, but at writers group last week, it was early in the session when it's just the guys on because Sarah's not here yet. Someone said something disrespectful, and someone else said, you can't say that kind of stuff to everyone in the group like Kim. And I was like, you can say whatever you want to Kim.
Now I want to know what was said.
I don't remember, or I'd tell you. It wasn't particularly bad. It was just the kind of thing dudes say to each other. But
I mean, so I've heard worse.
Yeah.
Okay.
You've heard worse for sure.
Probably from me.
Well, I'm sure I've heard worse just in general, but I've heard worse in the group before. Okay, I really I'm thinking of filling. Oh, I'm in the wrong side too. Maybe that helped because this is not. It's smoother on this side. I like that better. I was working on the side with the depression instead of the side that I had specifically leveled out to make sure it was smooth. That's a little bit better instead of that. But still, it's not doing what I want. And I have a solution, but I can't find it. And I don't want to go away from the mic again and like and wander off into the darkness again.
Into the darkness.
Into the woods and out of the woods.
All right.
It's in the sky. Where is it? Because this really has brought me to a halt because this is what I wanted to do today. I wanted to work on this interior, but well, you know what I could do? I could do this because I was thinking of something else that I want to do because if I do put light in there, Dappy, it'll be very simple, number one. But you know how the windows are just the embroidery grating.
Yeah.
I was thinking of doing some tracing paper inside to diffuse it a little bit more.
Yeah.
But now I have to age the paper so it's not like just white. So I'll do that maybe then. While I'm waiting to either remember where my stuff is or until later and I can do a deep dive into my bins. So let me do that. I'll age this. And yeah, David was trying to post in the chat, but he can't do that.
Yeah.
You can't do that.
Well, you gave us the Thingiverse item number, so that's if anyone needs to find it, they can do it.
They got their arm to the team.
And thank you for that, Taffy. Yeah, I mean, I was thinking of either soaking it in tea or just using a wash. Because I don't think I'm going to crinkle it up much because it's in the windows.
Yeah.
So I don't think it needs to be crinkled as if it's a letter or something.
You're wanting to diffuse the light that's inside or whatever is inside, right?
Mm-hmm.
But you still want it to look like glass? Is that the idea?
No, not necessarily.
Okay.
If I was going to look like glass, I would have done resin.
I just realized what I need, and it's in my garage. I'll be right back.
Okay.
Aha. Well, what other idea would you have for glass, Lisa? Because the things would probably have been that I would have tried would be resin or
I am making an absolute
Mod
mess.
Podge or something. You're making a what?
Okay, so that was fun. So I'm trying to get the bubbles out of the paint I just mixed, and I slammed it on the table to pop the bubble, and it went right into my forehead. A big
See?
paint blob.
Only on a crafting channel, people. Glue scraping. Was it paint poinking? What'd you say? Ploink?
Point. Point. Yeah.
But when I really wanted to find this. I mean, I can't wait till after because then it'll just be me on YouTube looking through my bins.
Nice.
Which I don't think is that entertaining.
Depends on what's in your bins.
Well, I'm not going to show you what's in my bins. I'm just going to go through my bins.
Wow. Okay. That takes all the fun out of it.
This is not a paid channel. You don't get to see what's in my bins just because.
That's good. I like that.
Okay, David, put some of the paper over the LEDs as well. Okay, it'll diffuse the way before it hits the window. Thank you for that. Thank you for
Yeah.
that.
Hmm.
Craft of the Yeti. I'm also working as I listen, so apologies if this has been mentioned, but for Windows, I usually do clear plastic from a toy or whatever. Yes, covered in Mod Podge. Excellent. I've done. Shoot. In this piece, that's what I did over here. I used the plastic. Now I didn't do the Mod Podge because that is a cool idea because then you don't have like the real shine, the real sheen. So that's a cool idea.
The
But
other
that's what
thing
I
you
did
can
for
do with
this.
that, with the plastic from toys and stuff,
Mhm.
is you can lightly sand it so it gives it kind of a milky look.
Yeah, I was thinking of that for this one, but I decided not to. I wanted it to be because this is the one that I had the shelves in.
Uh-huh.
So I wanted you to be able to see the shelves pretty well through the windows. And this is I showed this recently on a stream. This is the
Yes, you
one.
did.
Daphne,
Yes.
this is the one that I'm sure you've seen this one.
Yeah. The one with
That
the
I've got
pastries.
light all the way through.
Pastries.
This one made me, I was very proud of this one.
And you should be. That is an excellent build. Loved it.
Yay.
Yeah, I needed to get something heavy to shove into the foam to weigh these walls down so they don't blow around every time you do that. I got a bunch of random things. I was hoping for like some little nails. The best thing I found might be these shelf pens. The kind of thing that hold up a shelf.
Yeah,
I know Pepper buys like BBs. They showed me a whole container of BBs they used for this purpose. I don't have very many of these, but I'm going to use them. And then when I run out, I'll switch to tiny screws or something.
And that's for texturing?
No, it's for shoving into the bottom of this to weigh it down. So when I set it down, it doesn't slide around too much.
Got it. Okay.
Let's try it out. I might need to cut it first.
Oops. I am wrecking this thing. All right. I would be so embarrassed if Carl were here because he's such a good painter. Carl is working.
Did his schedule change? I haven't seen him on the last few of these.
Yeah, no. World Cup keeping him busy. World Cup stuff.
I'm going to try to pull something out. It might get ugly.
Okay.
All right.
I'm going to ask if it does get loud. I'm going to ask Steve to create a monologue about what's happening to you because we can't really see. And
yeah, one sec. I'm working on that.
okay.
Let's see what's in here.
There we go.
You can do it, Kim.
I just need to find it. Don't even know if I can do it because I haven't found it yet. No, it's not. Nope. Yeah, I definitely had to get rid of some of the stuff in my room. Oh, actually, well, I don't have to get rid of this, but this was, I haven't done a video on this. I made this like a year ago, I think. This is my quest board.
Oh, nice.
Oh, yeah, I remember that. Yeah.
Yeah. you. And I do have individual little rewards posters.
Nice.
Replacement exorcist needed.
That's funny. I love that. That's great.
Hunters, yeah.
That's
My
great.
my plan was to use this for my videos, like the opening of my videos, and have a different poster each time.
Oh, that's cute.
But it just never worked out that way.
Why didn't it? What happened? What stopped it from happening?
Because I had too many things. I do too many things, and then I am one of those people who have like lots of different plans and lots
Yes.
of different things they want to do,
Yes.
and then they don't. They do some, but they don't do all the things they want.
Yeah.
Chris advising me to save my shelf pins because he thinks they're not very heavy. These are pretty heavy. That one's got some weight to it. I think one or two of those, well, two or three of those in each wall will probably do the job. Another idea I had that I don't want to try, but I do have this chain. I could cut this and like Chris was saying, put a trough in the bottom for that, but I don't want to.
Sometimes that's the most important point. I don't want to.
Yeah.
Chris, thank you very much. So you said the staircases are nicely done. I appreciate that. David, I've heard decking screws are good for weighing down walls. I've seen that too.
Mm-hmm.
And then Chris talks about the shelf pins and the BBs and the channel. Cross, I have oodles of old hex nuts, screws, and gravel, and pretty well set. But I also have aquarium rocks, so I'll keep those in mind. True. All right, let me do this then, since I'm not gonna. Since I am so disheartened. And as soon as the stream ends and I look and I turn on the lights to brightness, I'm sure it's going to be like, oh,
yeah,
there they are.
I mean, you don't have to keep yourself blind on our account.
No, I like the way it.
Then again, it's not my stream. I should let Lisa decide whether you're allowed to see.
No,
I like the dark.
I like the dark. I like the dark. You can't see my true self.
You guys are getting me to bust out all my random tools that I don't use that much. Now I got my hot knife.
We've succeeded.
Yeah.
Hot knife to kill the city.
The crafting spirit has repossessed him. The deep ones have come to light.
Cut it down and make it pretty.
Okay, let me get this.
In the crate, process in the crate stacks I made for the ship build, cut troughs in the bottom, laid screws in sideways, then hot glued them between the hardware and the glue pretty good.
I wish I had just shorter nails. Maybe these screws would work better.
Hooray for crafting! Yes, Chris. What's craft got to do? Got to do it. Oh. What's wrong with me?
You want the whole list, or?
Yes, every single thing.
Short list. Okay. Short list.
You know what? I'm good. That's too dark. I think that's too dark.
Wait, you like the dark?
No, I'm talking about the paper.
I can't. I hate this. I know.
Paint is not doing what you want.
No, I'm doing it wrong. I'm painting badly because I know I'm doing it wrong, but I don't know what the right way is.
I've just been converted from shelf pins to these screws. I don't even remember what I bought these for. I've got 100 pack of 3/4 inch wood screws. And I just put one in this wall, and it's working great.
Nice.
Cool.
So you're you're screwing, you're just putting it into the bottom of the wall. It's kind of like a bottom.
Yeah, just so that they don't blow around, because they're just pink foam, you know.
Right.
When they're actually on the table, I don't want them to be moved accidentally all the time, you know.
The nice thing about using screws like that is if you have a magnetic base, that works too.
Yeah.
Chris says any spare tungsten or gold you have lying around will also work if it's the right shape.
Yeah, spare gold. I have spare gold. Oh, it's just everywhere.
I was what was I gonna say? I actually do have a bunch of tiny magnets that would be this would be a great use for them, but I don't want to get up again.
Tiny magnets in the craft. Oh, what's wrong with me? Oh shoot, that was too much.
All right.
Well, for one thing, you repeat yourself a lot.
I do.
Do I want to risk getting paint on my forehead again?
Yes. We want you to. Oh, this is ugly. This is not what I was trying to do. That is not what I was looking for. Not too bad, but not nice.
So, one of the things that happened when I was over at Steve's house, tarnished me for life.
You promised you wouldn't tell.
What did you do, Steve?
Steve took me into his back room, and I saw something there that has changed my life forever.
For a good way? In a good way?
That guy is there by consent.
That's what I say. They don't believe me.
I actually asked to see it, and he showed it to me. He said, "Come with me, I'll show it to you," and I did.
Yes, Lisa. We all understand what you're trying to get at.
No, you're not. No, you don't, because he showed me a gaming table that was the gaming table of my dreams.
Yeah. What did you think I was thinking about?
Oh.
Technically, it was the gaming table of my dreams.
Could be both.
It is wonderful. And so, I mean, when he described how it was made and all the things it does, and I was aghast. I was amazed. I was
aghast. I was a vapor.
I was all the feelings. Yeah.
I was a solid.
And you know, I realized I forgot to tell you some of the things it does.
Oh, tell us now.
I showed you that well, you've seen one thing on stream, which is that it has LED strips.
Lighting. Yeah.
Lighting on the interior of like the gaming vault area.
Yes.
But because it has that electrical in there anyway.
Yes.
There's also power outlets on the bottom of the table. 4 outlets near each leg.
Ah, that's cool.
In fact,
4 outlets for each leg? Why is
one of those at each leg?
Wow. Wow.
And actually, the outlets were in the design first, and then we realized since we have power for the outlets, we should do lighting.
That's cool. That's very cool. There we go. I think I'll go.
That was to accommodate cell phones, or what specifically?
Cell phones, tablets, laptops.
Okay.
I mean, I know there are those who swear by paper only, but people do use all kinds of devices at the game.
Yep.
Chris was saying about the deck screws. Deck screws or something similar make an excellent practical alternative for what Steve is doing. I use them in all my jig cut XPS pillars to keep them standing during all miniature battles. Yeah. So those screws, how long are those screws? They're what,
These
an
are
inch, 3/4.
3/4 inch.
Yep.
Yeah. I don't get free shelf pins anymore, so maybe I will hang on to those.
Okay, so I think I've decided on the color that I'm going to use. I'm going to use this one.
So back to your table. So I wanted to talk about the table.
Go for it.
It was in all ways perfect because it fit into if you wanted to design your room like a kind of in a dungeon motif, it was perfect because it had the beautiful wrought iron strips around the corners of the legs, and it was thick wood, like a medieval banquet table would be, and the tops was the top made from cabinet doors? Is that what that was?
Oh no, I built those from scratch.
You did?
Yeah.
Wow.
Oh, you built the whole table.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh.
Well, you told me that you picked up the table.
Yeah, so there was a base table that was modified, but it was all we used of it is the legs and the side panels, but even those side panels got cut so we could put the drawers in them. The tabletop, the lowered gaming area, and the underside panel, the drawers, all that stuff was built by hand.
Yeah, so each character or each player has a drawer at their seat that they can pull out that can hold. It's a shallow drawer. It's shallow, but they can pull it out and it can contain their character sheet, dice, pens, pencils, notes, what have you.
So you're trying to prevent people from leaving because everything is right there.
Right. And anything that's not in the table is probably in the giant cabinet next to it. But yeah, I see Cross talking about his dream gaming table would have cellular and Wi-Fi jammers.
But then he says he was kidding. Devices have their place.
Yeah, that attitude's fine until someone needs to roll 125 d6.
Yeah.
You better pull out your phone.
Yeah, I think so. Everybody has to pull out their phones and roll 25 d6s.
Yeah, or some of these systems we play like Shadow Dark or Merkborg, where you die twice a session and you gotta pump out a new character.
Yeah.
One scale.
Yeah. 1/1.
That's what Chris said. Steve engages in 1/1 scale crafting, aka woodworking. Yeah, that's what. Well, my father was, before he retired, a custom cabinetry designer with a shop around the corner here. And that is why I said I don't get shelf pins free anymore.
Well, that table was amazing. I was jealous, extremely jealous.
Are there pictures in the showcase?
Oh,
of my table?
Yeah.
Hold on. I have pictures.
No.
I don't have the pictures of the things that I'm describing with the drawers and stuff, but I do have pictures of the room and the table. Let me go ahead and I didn't put those in.
If that's allowable, yeah, we love it, Steve.
Is that okay, Steve?
Yeah, I prefer that you keep the kitchen out of it, but yeah, the other room is fine.
I don't remember the kitchen being in the pictures, but I will.
I can't imagine it would be. You would have had to be standing at the side door to get the kitchen in the shot.
So that's where the person whose consent is disputable is being held in the kitchen.
It's not disputable.
Oh, okay.
I've got paperwork.
Yeah, that just because you have paperwork doesn't mean that the consent is still in place. Things change after you sign things sometimes. But that's neither here nor there. Cross that mini D6, man. I haven't played Shadowrun in so long.
Shadowrun. I got to do Shadowrun again one of these days. Shadowrun is the biggest regret I have on Tales from the Backlog.
How's that?
In that I did not give myself enough time to learn it. It's a very complicated system.
Hmm.
And as a result, I don't think I gave it a fair shake.
Hmm.
We didn't do any combat at all.
Interesting.
I have not played Shadow. I don't think I've ever played a Shadowrun game.
I know I haven't, or I'm pretty sure I haven't. I've only recently started actually keeping track of the games that I've played and run.
There are so many systems out there I want to try.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's pretty easy for me because most of the games I've played have been on stream and I had
Yeah.
to create assets for them and I still have the folders on my
Ah,
hard drive. So I can just count folders.
nice. Nice.
There's maybe 2 or 3 games I've ever played that I haven't also played on camera.
Have you done 10 candles on stream?
We have not.
I'm really thinking of doing that. I know it really is. It's an in-person game. I know that. And I know that there is a pretty big debate about whether it's even worth it doing it online, but I did do it online.
Yeah.
And it was, it was still fun. I do think it was fun. I absolutely understand that it's creepier and the actual impact is greater in person, especially with the lights and the closeness and all that. But
Yeah.
I'm thinking of doing it maybe. Actually, I didn't even mention this to Lisa because it's just been a thought. But I'm thinking of maybe doing it in the Halloween season. Cross. I've known diehard Shadowrun players who practically needed dice mortgages.
Well, I need a dice mortgage just because of Yuri.
Yeah.
We're
Is
just
she a
trying
dice
to.
goblin?
No, but we're constantly trying to get her some dice that fucking work for her.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
What is up?
no.
That is true. That is true.
You can't get that girl to roll above a 4.
That
Though
is
she
true.
did, she got a couple of nat 20s in the past couple of weeks, so
I was going to
she's
say,
maybe coming out of it.
didn't you say just recently that she rolled nat 20s at the very end of something?
Yeah.
Okay, I need to put that stuff in the I'm showcasing. One second, let me put that in
I
there.
feel like every gaming group seems to have that one person that just can't roll well.
Yep.
Yeah.
And no matter what you do, we bought her new dice. I bought her trick dice. Still doesn't work.
What, really?
Yeah. I gave her trick dice for her birthday. And Alan got her a dice tower. I got like 2 pounds of dice, this Chessex pound of dice.
Yes.
I got her 2 of those. There are shorts cut out of it if you go to Shadows of Archonia YouTube channel and look for Yuri's dice in the search there.
Mm-hmm.
It's a matter of years.
I have a 20-sided die that's all 20s. Do you think that she would be able to roll that and get something good?
That's one of the kinds that I gave her. We'll see. I also gave her one that's all 1s. They came in a pair.
Yeah. Okay.
I just realized that what I've been doing with this hot knife is off camera. I've just got it sitting here on its little stand. Dang it. That's me again.
Did you just burn yourself?
Oh, dude. I burn myself all the time.
Oh.
If it wasn't this, I'd be doing it cooking. But you just stick that on there, make yourself a little hole, and then you can put the screw in without deforming the foam too much. That's what I've been doing.
Very cool. All right. So I've got my tinted paper. When that dries and I flatten it a little bit, I'll put that inside. I don't know, maybe I will put on some Mod Podge or something, because the way it is here, since I have the grating, if it was in front or after, I don't think it would look right. So I think I would need to put it right in. But I don't want to do that now because it's all hooked up. You know what I could do? I could paint the doors and windows. Maybe I'll do that. We still have some time on stream. Let me do that. Because I can't do my ramp. Because I can't find my stuffs.
But yeah, I get to stay to the end of the stream this time.
Oh.
Yay!
Summer vacation. I don't have to go pick up anybody.
Oh, I'm out of school. I don't
Too
have
cool
to. I don't
for
have to do homework.
school.
Yeah.
Let's see. Worst player I ever ran a game for, a joke, they're lovely, is one of those who rolls 20s about every third roll. And I don't think their dice even have anything under 10.
Yeah, I don't have anyone like that at my table. Although Matt seems to be immune to Shadow Dark.
Immune.
In 2 or 3 different Shadow Dark games that we played, he's never died.
Really?
Wow.
Even in the gauntlets.
Whoa.
Yeah.
I didn't notice that, or I didn't remember that.
I think he finally lost his gauntlet character in the last session of the 3-session gauntlet, where the rest of us had lost 6 to 8 characters.
Oh, geez.
By that point. And well, you guys know
sure.
Yeah.
And yeah, his character that he finished the gauntlet with did die in the campaign, but my character was able to resurrect him. So he technically, didn't die.
Ooh, Lisa.
Ooh, Kim.
While you were away, I mentioned that I'm thinking of doing 10 candles online.
I was here.
I thought you walked away for a sec.
No, I was here, and I looked at the
darn.
screen with. I looked at the screen with. Oh, you're gonna do 10 candles?
I was trying to talk behind your back. Darn it. But yeah, I was thinking of doing that for a stream. What actually? Let me look at the calendar. What's going on in October?
You know that Roll20 has 10 candles. Has a 10 candles build in it.
Yeah, there's a couple that I think Foundry does. There's a couple that
Do
has
they?
it. Yeah,
Okay.
I think so. Because actually, I got maybe I'll check with John and see. Gosh, it's John. I'll check and see what. Maybe it is Roll20. Who did it?
Well, Lisa and I have talked about
Let me get my
candles.
calendar off the screen.
Yes,
Oh,
we
no.
have. We have talked about it much.
And there
About
is
doing
that
Roll20?
thing of like, if you don't do it in person, you lose some of the atmosphere. But in our case, we would kind of lose the atmosphere anyway, because even if we're in person, then we have to light for camera.
Yes, exactly.
That's
true. So, I mean, like, you can see on our Shadow Dark games, it looks pretty dark on camera, but in the room, it's bright as hell.
Yeah. I mean, you don't have the atmosphere for the players, but you do for who's watching.
Yeah.
Right.
I think gaming is always better in person if you can do it in general.
Absolutely.
Agreed.
You won't find an argument from me there.
Though there are things that you can do remotely that you can't do in person, like manipulate what people see.
Yes.
I overuse that laugh.
Not when it's appropriate, And I think that was appropriate.
It's sort of rough when that is like my main laugh.
Well, Kim, we learn a little bit more about you every time, don't we?
All right. What was I going to do? Oh, I was going to paint the doors. I was going to paint the wood.
So
Hmm.
I do actually have, I still have that 10 Candles game that I was going to bring over to your place and run on Shadows of Archonia, sitting in a folder, and I've never played it.
Well, we got to do it. You know, Alan has it too. You better run it before he
Yeah.
does.
Yeah. I think I showed it on last stream. I just got it.
Yeah.
Got the book. I'm so excited.
I did a 1-minute character build for it.
Yeah,
was
there.
using
Oh, you
Alan-
did? I didn't see that one. Okay.
Yeah, using Alan's copy. Someone came in the chat in the comments on that video and was like, "What is the point?" And I couldn't understand if they were asking, "What's the point of this game?" or "What's the point of role-playing games?" Like, the
Maybe
question was
because,
so vague and open-ended. I kind of suspect it's someone who has no connection to the hobby at all and didn't know what the hell I was doing.
Okay.
or the point, or they were making a point of what's the point because your character, without question, will die. There's
Yeah,
but
yeah, it was very vague, and I did reply and ask for clarification, but it never came.
and did you mention in the clip that the character will die?
I don't recall.
Because maybe that would have, if you said that, maybe they were thinking of it.
Yeah, I do know people that have refused to play that game with me because for that reason. I do not want to invest in a character, build a character, and take time to invest in a character that is we know is going to die. And I'm like, but that's the point of the game. It's not how great your character is; it's how great you die.
Is that what it is?
It's your what is it? What kind of character are you in your
she's
last
back.
moments?
She's back.
Sorry,
you cut out again.
You did, yeah. So my question was, do these people just not like stories that end? Like, every character is going to die at some point. Even if it's not in the game, you must imagine that eventually they grow old and die.
Maybe they don't even want to imagine that.
Well, I have played with people that have said to me, if my character dies, I am not playing with you anymore. And when on D&D games at DM, and I'm like, oh, well, sorry to see you go.
Yeah, if someone said that to me, my response would be, then you're not playing with me at all. Please.
Yeah,
leave.
why bother? That's a why bother question. Then why bother play at all? Because it's possible, and I don't want to play with someone who can't.
That's the point of the game.
Yeah. If there's no threat to your character, then nothing means anything. There's no stakes.
Right. Of course, in 10 Candles, it is actually a game about dying. And, it is literally the end of all things for your character. So how are you going to go about it?
Maybe some people aren't into horror, which is a valid reason.
Right.
But, I mean, even if you're playing 5th edition D&D, the famously one of the most survivable games that exists, your character can still die.
Yep.
Cross says, I am and have always been of the two opinions. 1, never roll a second character because you'll need it. And 2, if a character dies, the session is over. Huh.
The session.
I understand that.
What if they die 30 minutes in?
Yeah, that I'm not sure of. I don't think I agree with those.
Do you mean the session is over for that player? Like they're out of the rest of the session? That I could understand.
Can you clarify, Cross? Never roll a second character because you'll need it. I don't understand that.
No, but what he's saying is never. He doesn't. At least I'm. Correct me if I'm wrong, Cross. Don't roll a second character because you think you're going to need it. Is what he's saying. If it's,
I don't agree. I don't think I agree with that.
Yeah,
I think what he might be saying on that one is, like the way people say, if you carry a gun, you're going to tend to want to use it. If you have a second character, you're not going to be as careful with your first character, maybe.
Okay.
You know what, though? I think that makes the game much more grittier and fun. If you're willing to let your character die, you can have such great moments.
Yeah. Now, listen, I've lost a lot of characters, and many of them on camera. And I do enjoy high mortality systems. It's never like fun to lose your character. I'm never like happy that my guy just died. But you don't have to make a big deal out of it either. You know, like you take the proper moment to grieve, and then you get back in the game.
Agreed. I think that character death, especially if on a storytelling game, adds a lot of depth into that story. You know, to see a character in a party die, how it affects the other characters, what that character does at the moment of death. You know, did they go out in a blaze of glory? Was it a reveal that is going to just be like, whoa, you know, that kind of thing? You can do so much with that.
Cross says, nope, finito. It should take time to create a new backstory. If a character dies, it should be a big deal. No, absolutely.
I
Yeah.
agree with
Yeah.
the second part of that. Creating a backstory can be done lickety split if you need to. But it does depend on the game and the expectation of the game.
Right. Right. There is a difference between different games. Like the game we played with DM Scotty, that you had to have like 3 characters because they were they were like popcorn, basically.
Oh, the cavern critters, yeah.
Yeah, because they are small and squishy and they die easily.
And they taste good with ketchup.
That, yeah,
But
and you
it's
don't have
literally
a big backstory. You have a little backstory.
And it's literally like 5. It's like 1 character sheet for 5 characters.
Right.
Because they all have 1 hit point.
Right.
And it's like Bob and Bob Jr. and Bob Jr. Jr.
Yeah. And Daryl.
Mm-hmm.
I encourage
the extreme
Chris, I encourage players in most of my crit sessions to prepare a backup character, which gets implemented if they die in the first real-time hour of the session, because crit only comes once a year. And that makes sense. That makes sense. And I don't want to see someone sit out 75% of a session they were excited to play. Yeah, absolutely understand.
Agree with that for sure. Yeah, I mean, if it's D&D 5th edition or something else like that, where a character's life expectancy is a little longer and people aren't necessarily coming into this particular session with the expectation that they are likely to die, I can see having the person sit out, but I wouldn't end the whole session over it unless it was nearing time to end anyway. I might use that as the cliffhanger or the
cliffhanger.
True.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Character death makes a great cliffhanger.
Yeah, Cross, that I can understand, Chris. Con play is a special sitch. Understand that.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I do think that especially if you're having a campaign, and again, I haven't done campaigns in quite a while. It's been one shots. But if you're having a campaign and somebody dies, absolutely. If you've been playing with this character for a long time and the whole group has been playing with this character for a long time, it is a big deal. It's supposed to be a big deal.
Absolutely, it's a big deal.
But hopefully they're not dying at the beginning of the session. Another thing that could be done while they're so that they're not just sitting there. I mean, it's possible you could bring them back as like a spirit or something like that, where they might be able to influence things, get some extra information and help the players, maybe not have all of their power. I mean, there are things that you can do to at least include them for the rest of that particular session.
Yes.
So they're not just sitting there watching, or they can become an NPC. You can give them the sheet of an NPC and let them play as an NPC for a bit. But
I was about to say that about the NPCs. That's something I've done several times.
Yeah, absolutely. But I definitely agree. It's a big deal, and there should be time taken for the group to commemorate that player and grieve and definitely.
Well, the character.
I'm sorry. Yes, the character.
Yeah, of course. I'm generally a narrative first kind of person. And if your friend dies, it should be appropriate to the narrative, how people react to that. But out of game, I don't think it should be that big of a deal. You're playing an adventure game. you got to recognize that death is part of the equation.
Yeah. Agreed. I agree. But I do think that, especially if it's been a long campaign and that character has been integral to the party, has, there's ties to the group one way or another, that strong ties, that gives it a lot more weight if that character goes. So absolutely, it needs to be handled carefully and with care, because I have been in games where the DM was so skilled at making the NPCs real that when it came time for one of the NPCs to die at the end of the campaign, I was ugly crying. I mean, I was just bawling.
Cross is saying there's also mostly dead in some systems. It's very difficult to stay dead, but he means dead. Yes, and definitely understand that. Chris, conversely, for 5e, a system where it's virtually impossible to turn the holodeck safeties off, all bets are off, no backups. If someone manages to die, F them. Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Basically, yeah.
I do have Brock's character sheet framed on my wall in the game room. Because when I got rid of that guy, it was an accomplishment.
Oh, Cross. And I understand this one. The sort of thing I really don't like is Mark is dead. I'm his identical quintuplet Merc. I'm here to avenge Mark, Merc, and Merc.
Yeah, for sure.
Right.
Like I said, I'm a narrative first kind of person. You got to justify it.
Yeah.
But for example, in our Shadow Dark game, the character that I played for most of the gauntlet did die. And, the guy that I brought in to replace him, I decided was his son, but not just, Elof Jr. He had a completely different name and a different backstory. And, in order to honor the character that had died, I made that sort of part of what he was about.
Yeah. And that makes sense.
Absolutely.
In fact, I've done that twice in that game. Not the son part, but it happened again later, where a brand new dwarf paladin that I brought in somewhere around episode 20 something died to friendly fire in his first session.
Oh, that's
wow. Yeah.
And
that's messed up.
But I put a lot of, and I should have known better with Shadow Dark, but I put a lot of time into the backstory. We'd spent most of the first half of the session, renamed the magic sword after the dead guy, and carried on with the game.
I understand.
But it was silly because our Shadow Dark campaign really seems to want me to play Ivar Lund. That's my bard.
Okay.
And he's the king of the sea wolves. And I took him out of the story, not because he died, but because he had fulfilled his original mission. He got the sea wolves to like a new keep where they were going to live, and they have a home now. And so I said, you know what? He wouldn't leave and go adventuring again. He needs to stay here and run things. So that's why I brought in a new character. And the first session, he got fireballed. And I was like,
wow.
Yeah, well, I guess he was smart not to go adventuring after finding a new home.
Oh, they were still in the keep.
Right. But
when he got fireballed.
Yeah. Oh, they were still in the keep.
Yeah, because the sea wolves had just taken the keep back, and my other character, the king, was like, "Hey, can you guys go clear out one of those outbuildings? Because I think there's still some guys in there." Fireballed by my own wife.
Yeah, well, happens.
Second session in a row, by the way, that she dropped one of my characters to 0 with friendly fire.
Oh my God.
On a crit both times.
Oh, when you said well, you did say friendly fire because you said your wife, and I thought, oh, I guess it was just PvP, but
no, it wasn't.
It was friendly fire. Okay. Wow.
So in the session where we finally took the keep, we were having our fight against the boss there, and he had like a charm ray. He was a beholder type of creature, and he had like a charm ray that he hit her with and told her to attack me.
Okay.
And she
Oh,
critted on
no.
me.
Oh,
She critted on
no.
me. And that character, that was Ivar Lund. That's what I mean when I say it seems like the dice just want me to keep playing that character, because he was stabilized and brought back up with no permanent injuries and won the fight.
Wow.
Oh,
But it was
geez.
Sarah who dropped me with a crit. And then the next session, I bring in this paladin character, and she's also brought in a new character because her character dropped in that previous session as well.
Mhm.
And yeah, she decides to cast fireball from her magic axe for the first time. She did it for character reasons, right? Because she's playing a
Okay.
warrior, and she got a magic axe, so this warrior doesn't know how to cast fireball, but the axe can cast fireball. And she's point blank range with this enemy. Everyone's clustered around her. She casts fireball
Oh.
and crits it,
Oh,
which means
boy.
double damage in Shadow Dark. And
Yes.
yeah,
Mhm.
everyone got back up except me.
Wow.
Because guess who was the player who tried to stabilize my character? Yuri, who can't roll above a 4.
Oh. Oh, so
There
sorry,
is some
Yuri.
drama going on.
So sorry,
Drama.
Yuri.
There's-
What are you apologizing to her for?
I'm
She should have saved
commiserating with
me.
her. I'm commiserating. I understand what it's like to be playing a character that can't do crap. I think
Yeah,
you know which one I'm
well-
talking about.
I do a little bit. I've had sessions like that, but for her, it's every session.
Hmm.
For me, it was my first session, my first ever session as a player, because my first adventure, I was actually the DM. It was all of our first adventure, but then I gave it to someone else, and I made a player character way back in D&D 4th edition, and I built Born the Minotaur. He was this giant, muscly motherfucker. And then proceeded. And I think that was me learning the hard way how to be a good player.
Right.
Because
Yeah.
a good player is still a good player when their character is failing.
Right. Right.
And the thing that started going through my head during that time when my character was failing at everything that he was supposed to be good at was something actually from the director's commentary track on the movie Ghostbusters,
Oh.
in which they were saying the reason that movie was so good was because every performer in the movie was trying their best to make the other performers look good.
Mm.
And when someone had a funny idea, they would say, "You should do that." No, you should do that. And so that's when I realized if you want to have fun as a player in D&D, you have to be a fan of the other players' characters.
Mm.
I agree with that 100%.
If your fun depends on succeeding on the roll, you're not going to have fun.
Right.
A lot of the time.
Yeah.
That's
I agree with
that's
that.
a great point. And it is that time, Lisa.
Is it?
Yep.
Already?
Yep.
My gosh. And I'm still painting badly, but that's fine because it takes me away from it. I can set this aside and go poo on you and look at things that other people have done that are awesome.
You can always
Heck
go
yeah.
poo on you.
Okay, let me finish this bit right here because I got paint. I got to finish the side and I'm done. Okay. That over there, put that in there, close this up, and let's take a look, shall we?
Let's do it.
Da 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 da.
Okay, showcase time.
Drum roll, drum roll, drum roll, drum roll, drum roll.
Okay. Hit that. I hit the wrong thing. Okay, so
What I said
yes,
before, what I
so
said
this,
before.
we're
what I
picking
said-
up from last time we looked at Cross's Rocks. Right.
Oh, those are coming along really nicely.
Yeah, aren't they? Yeah, that's really nice. I like this over here a lot. I like this the texturing and the moss.
Yeah,
looks
that looks
really good.
great.
That does look good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I have a
This-
few that look similar to those in the back left.
I love the verticality.
Yes. Yes. When my husband was looking at this with me, when he watches the channel, so I have to be careful what things I say about him now. Hi, honey.
Oh, sure. Now you say nice things.
But he was looking at these and he's like, oh, those would be great. You could do all kinds of stuff with the jutting up pillar parts there, that are the diagonals that you can make doors and stuff. I'm like, yeah. Exactly.
Definitely.
It's good stuff. This is wonderful. That's going to make for some great terrain to combat on or try to climb around and skill checks.
Yeah.
It's good stuff.
He says they're improved. They've got they need a dark wash, but otherwise they're done.
They look pretty done to me.
Yeah.
They look pretty good to me.
I agree. I do think the wash will make them look even better, though.
Yeah, I do agree. I think the wash is going to improve it. They look really cool. I do agree. The wash will make them look even better.
Ooh, look at this Death Knight, folks. Look at the candles. Loving the candles.
Ooh, that's a lovely paint job. Whose is that?
Oh, good question. I was too busy looking at the Death Knight. Hang on a second. I believe this is Triple T. Triple T hasn't been with us in a while.
Nice. Very
nice. Cool. Nice. That's beautiful. See, when I look at this is what makes me cower in shame when I paint my Bardo.
Yeah.
It what you said?
Cower in shame. Look at this.
Cower in shame. Yeah, those are beautiful. Those are really well done.
That's incredible.
Really well. Yeah, that's gorgeous. Backside. Oh, look at this. Look at that.
That is really well done. Is that airbrush?
I don't know, but it certainly could be. I love how it the variations of color that change as you get toward the tip of the fabric, and how
Cross did mention. Sorry,
go ahead.
No, finish what you're saying. I thought you were. I interrupted.
No, I was pretty much done. I was just talking, just blah blah blah.
I was just saying. Cross said the sandstone vegetation is old, dried out, like really dried out cooking herbs. Really cool.
Well, that works
for his. Yeah, that's right. Really cool.
Right. So is this like all up here on this shoulder? Is that like a series of wishbones? What is that? They had to eat a lot of chicken. Mm-hmm. That's a lot of chicken or turkey.
Yeah, a lot of breastbones.
This is great. This is awesome. Love it. Thank you for submitting that. Fantastic. Oh, and this is yeah. Yes. Yeah.
Oh, that's the wolf in sheep's clothing.
Is it?
That is so cool.
Oh, that is terrifying.
He put this picture in our Discord in the middle of a conversation about traps recently.
I believe it was, yes. This is absolutely terrifying. What's the bunny absolutely makes me terrified. The rest is beautiful. I think the rest is great. Like,
the bunny is amazing.
It's less a wolf in sheep's clothing than a roper in bunny's clothing.
Yeah. I'm wondering, Chris, if you're still there, what does it appear in other kinds of creatures? Does it use other kinds of creatures as lures? Or is it primarily bunnies and things like that? Oh.
Here we go.
Oh,
yeah. I hope that Durian, Matt, and everyone is okay with me showing pictures of them.
Well, they're on stream with me every week. So.
Yeah. Well, I didn't get permission personally, but so this is we were roasting marshmallows. And
Oh.
as explosions went off above our heads, it was lovely.
That is
Yeah.
It was
wonderful.
lovely. And there's
So cool.
Here. Yeah. One, go.
Yay.
Pepper and Alan and Matt.
Yeah.
And Alan is.
Yay.
And
Who's
there's
that?
this guy with this with Superman.
Superman. It's Superman.
Superman. Superman was there. Yeah. And Ed. Yeah. Good stuff.
No, it's Super Kent because he's got his glasses on.
Oh yeah, I didn't recognize him. People are right. Those glasses do a lot.
Wow, it's so. I'm assuming those are earlier pictures because it's
Yes,
so bright.
It's brighter.
Yeah, it
just
was
before
starting to get dark around this time.
Yeah. This was pre-sprinkler. Yeah.
Pre-sprinkler.
Oh, so the sprinkler was in the middle of the night. Was at night.
Sprinkler was at the end. People, like Lisa said, people were probably thinking about taking off anyway. I turned them off within 10 seconds, but everyone bounced.
It was funny because some people got more. I mean, I don't know who was standing directly over it. Someone had to be. I think Yuri was standing directly over one because she got soaked.
I hope everyone's phones were okay.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. This was fun.
Times.
That's my plate.
My
plate.
plate.
No. That's Pepper's plate. I take that.
I'm gonna go eat some of that cornbread when we're done here.
Two more, which are absolutely necessary. This is
yep.
bookcase in the gaming room.
Yep, you can see that.
The mini boats from campaign 2.
Mm-hmm.
It's not even all of them. That's some on other shelves, but
yeah, look at these. Great, good stuff. I love this stuff. Look at that.
Beautiful.
This
things.
is a beautiful boat up here, isn't it? I remember you working on this temple, on the temple. I remember you.
Oh
yeah,
I did some of that on stream here.
Yeah, you did. Yeah. The table.
Superman. That's a great stance.
I was informed that I was in a picture.
It was it's a perfect stance.
Okay. Wait.
Right.
So, table. Okay.
Yes.
Tell
us.
You can see the drawers here for each individual person. And you can see that it's got the banding around the edges of the table, the wrought iron banding, nice thick legs. Every place that the person can sit has a drawer. There's one here. And these lovable tops here that can be used as a dining table, but then you pull this away and inside is a recessed opening that you can place minis and terrain, and it's lit. And then the coup de resistance is this up here. Up here is it is a cover just like these, but it can be made into a DM screen. You can see the hinge right there. You stand that up and it's a DM screen. It has a magnetic strip and a dry erase board on it. It's and shelves to put minis and what have you. It's marvelous.
That's applause.
Yes.
Thank you.
Very lovely.
I thought it was a machine gun.
I want this table. I want this table.
How long did it take to build?
I mean, it was in the planning stages for a good 6 years, but once we started building it, I don't know, 3 or 4 months.
Okay.
I was working on it with my dad at his shop. So we're only doing it on weekends, obviously. But yeah, probably 3 or 4 months. We got it into the room during COVID. And actually when everyone returned to in-person gaming for the first time, that was their first time at this table.
So I just want to point out something that this table bends reality, because there's a drawer right here that pulls in and out here, and there's one on this side as well that pulls in and out, and then there's a drawer here, which I don't understand how logically that can work, because there's a drawer here and there's a drawer here. How is this drawer work? I don't get it, but it does.
I'll tell you what. For next week's stream, I'll have some of the in progress photos of this ready for you because I did take a bunch. And then I'll also have some where you can see it open and so forth.
Yes, please.
Yeah.
Please,
'Cause
please, please.
And I know you've done some terrain reveals, and it was it on this table because it was in the recessed area. So it was this table.
Yes.
Yeah, I've been using this table
Yeah,
since
for a long time. Yeah,
2021. Yeah.
yeah, that's real cool.
Before that, we did a lot of. We did all of campaign 1 on my old table, which was a huge plywood piece. I think it was 5 by 8 feet.
Mhm.
And it was just sitting on top of my grandma's old dining table for one. So that was fun.
Oh, that's understandable.
Oh,
Very cool.
This was a treat to see this table.
Well, you don't have the picture of yourself sitting at it.
No, you have the picture of me sitting at it. But
I thought you were going to put it on there. It's in the Discord. It's in the other Discord.
Oh, darn it. Okay, I'll put that on there next week.
There you go.
Yes. Yes. This was
What's
great.
happening?
I really enjoyed this.
That was so fun. So a couple of things in the chat. Chris does say very nice table design. Excellent. He does talk about the wolf in sheep's clothing. The bunny is a fleshy lure, but in other reimaginings, the creature captures a suitable prey animal and reanimates it to use to lure in bigger creatures drawn to the pure puppet or to the lure puppet. That's cool. I like that very much. One thing I did want to say before we take off, I know we're running a little bit late. I have just really quickly, I think I mentioned that I was doing some voice acting and starting, and I do have a supporting role in a Minecraft role play that's going on YouTube. It's small, and I'm not in every chapter, and it's only, I think half of it's been released. It's 10 chapters total. I'm in about 4 of them, but we'll put in the doobly-doo if anyone wants to check it out. The YouTube channel is Moon Intensity, and the name of the show is called, the role play is called Dreamscape. So if anyone
Very fun.
Yeah, as I said, I'm not in all chapters, but you'll probably pick me out when I do pop up.
Woo!
So.
Right on, Kim.
So if anyone is interested,
I'm
You
checking
should send
that
it to our writers group.
Oh yeah, I'm cool. Yeah, I will. Thank you.
That's a good
Thank
idea.
you very much.
Steve,
Appreciate
thank you so much for joining us today.
Thanks for having me.
And we will have
It's a good
to.
excuse. As I said before, the only time I get any crafting done is when I see you guys.
Yeah, this is the time that I actually sit down and do it, so I understand.
Yeah,
Thank you, Chris. Says I'll make a formal voice performer. I appreciate that. Thank you.
we'll have to wrangle you in another time because we love having you on.
Sure.
Yes,
And-
Yeah,
I
absolutely.
enjoy it as well. Thank you guys.
No,
And
much
Kim,
appreciated.
You
Yes.
are awesome as always. Thank you.
Well, thank you very much. Thank you, Lisa, for keeping this going, having this, and we have to work that out again. That whole, I'm not sure what's going
know.
on
What
with that. I
happened?
don't know. We did this yesterday or
And we did it
Sunday,
twice perfectly, and now
and it worked. But with the new set, I don't know why it changed. I didn't touch anything.
I didn't either.
So
Well, Lisa, I was talking to Pepper about this. I didn't realize it only takes 20 minutes to get from my house to your house. At some point, I would love to come down and help you out with some of this tech stuff.
Okay. I would
that's
be
cool.
Totally
Yeah.
happy with that. And as a matter of fact, maybe we could game. Maybe we could
That would
just
be great.
I think that'd be great.
run a
I'd love
game.
to see it.
Maybe I could
That'd be
finally do a 10 candles game. It wouldn't be on Shadows of Archonia, but maybe we can just do a 10 candles game. Every
Yeah.
once in a while.
I could put it on the show with my phone somehow, maybe.
Yeah.
Because I've got a
I'm
great,
sure it's not-
because I've got a backyard situation with a fire pit, kind of like but mine's a table.
Oh, that's great. Yeah,
and we can
Yep.
burn stuff in there. Burning things. Okay.
Yeah. That's the coolness. All right.
Thank
All
you,
right.
everybody.
Thank you
Thanks,
all.
everyone. Bye.
Take care. Oh, Kim,
Yes.
what are we doing next week?
I don't know. Maybe try to craft over the world.
That's a unique idea. Let's do it.
Yeah, just thought of it. That'd be cool.
Bye.
Bye.
Farewell.